Bitcoin has broken like the first morning. All coins are crashing likewise. Welcome to another episode of Savage Crash. Here with me, Superman, your superhero of cryptocurrency. In today's episode, we are going to be exploring the possibility of a Bitcoin and cryptocurrency sell-off. Now, if you've been watching me over the last week, then you will know that this is the kind of period that we're in, where Bitcoin's very volatile, but on the negative. So if you are feeling the pain, if you're feeling frustrated, and quite frankly, need a cuddle from the Superman, then smash up the likes. Smash up the likes. Give us a like spike in commiseration rather than appreciation. And also, if you haven't yet, subscribe to Team Superman for a daily cryptocurrency video. Now, the whole plan of today was to bring you an altcoin, which I think is massively undervalued right now. But to be frank, I don't think it has a chance of it going up, actually, because, you know, at the moment we are seeing just a sell-off happening live right in front of us. Okay, so let's just see who's live at the moment and stuff before we get going and everything. Got my nice black shirt, my new kind of Hugh Hefner look, I suppose. So let's have a look. Who's here? Who's here? A load of people here. Yes, you are early. I am here before America wakes up. Shh. Hello from California. Oh, okay, maybe not. Maybe they are awake. Like smashed. Excellent. Chris Glennon, your birthday the other day. Happy birthday for the other day. Igster, what up, Superman? All's good. All's good. Not taught at school. Finally caught alive. Well done. Well done, you. I like the mullet look better. Still got a little bit of a mullet look. You probably can't see it, but it's still a mullet look, in my personal opinion. New York's also here. Thank you, Lisa. So yes, we've got lots of people. So, what's happening? What's happened? So at the moment, looking at the live prices on this technical analysis chart, Bitcoin is currently 8,170. But it has actually really dropped overnight. Now, if you're not keeping in contact with what's happening with Bitcoin prices, don't worry, Superman's here to do it for you. So, if we have a look and see what has happened literally in the last 24 hours, when I came live yesterday, Bitcoin's price was around about here. Okay, so it's 8,000, nearly 8,800. And since then, it has dramatically tanked right the way down to 7,700 overnight. Unbelievable. Which is just absolutely insane, really. Now, this is quite a funny little meme that I saw, courtesy of the Block and Chain, who is now one of my favourites to follow on Twitter. And yesterday was actually Pi Day. You know, Pi, you know, the whatever, mathematical thingy-majiggy, which is 3.14 something or other. Well, anyway, this was really quite funny. The market cap is just celebrating Pi Day. And I think that the market cap at this exact point reflected the numerical figures of pi. But anyway, coming off of that, and let's move on to more serious things, the news outlets are going absolutely wacko over this stuff. Okay, so 60 billion wiped off the value of cryptocurrencies in 24 hours as the Bitcoin slide continues. CNBC all over it. Just waiting to take a dump on Bitcoin, essentially. And, you know, the time is now. The time is now. You know, if you look on Google today, I mean, all you see, is this the one? All you see is negative, negative, negative. Okay? That's all there is. And also CoinDesk. CoinDesk, who I look to as a really good source of information, is $6,000 Bitcoin in sight. Bitcoin could drop further after a corrective rally. Okay, so they are making a ton of predictions in this particular article. Okay, if you're not following CoinDesk, follow CoinDesk. If you're not on Twitter, go on Twitter and follow these guys and just get an understanding of what's happening live and in real time. And also follow me while you're at it, at Michael Supo. That's my actual name. So at the time of writing, Bitcoin's at 8,228. Prices fell nearly 1,300. So let's have a look. So they're talking about all sorts of different technical analysis terms, bull flags and all that, flag support, blah, blah, blah. But if we just go down, if we just continue going down, then we will see the final view, which is Bitcoin looks set to test $6,000, a February low, over the next week or two. So like I said, it is very, very likely that this is the last kind of stab from the bears. The bears are really going to go for it one last time before we see a surge in spring. The winter is always one of the worst times for cryptocurrency, and this one has been one of the most disastrous winters simply because of how mainstream cryptocurrency has actually gotten in the last kind of 9 months. It's been a gradual progression where suddenly, kind of come December, everybody was kind of getting into, well, November really, everybody was getting into cryptocurrency, spiking Bitcoin right up, getting into altcoins, spiking altcoins right up. And now the bears have come and inversed what was happening back in November and is going to make the wave come again where people are going to be, bullish again. But the time just isn't right now. And there's still a ton of people just waiting to go back in. There are still people there are people currently, whales I'm talking about, that have big, humongous buy orders set for cryptocurrencies and altcoins that hit megarific prices, okay? So Bitcoin looks set to test 6,000, blah, 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 blah. Or, meanwhile, a daily close of above 11,000 would indicate a bearish to bullish trend change. Okay, so they're kind of covering their asses, really. They're kind of saying two things could happen. Could go down, but if we see that the corrective rally carries on, and, not a corrective rally, if we see a bullish rally going on, it could actually quash the corrective rally. Okay, so let's now have a look at the altcoin prices. So here is a really good site. It's called All-Time High Coin Index. And this is a great site. Let me just update it. This is a really good site for seeing how far below the all-time high altcoins have gone. Okay. And as you can see, it's a rather disastrous picture that we are seeing here. Okay, look, like some of the big ones, some of the huge supply coins have really taken a bath. Okay, so Ripple got up to nearly $4, has had an 81% correction, is now at 70 cents. Cardano went up to $1.33, and it was kind of reflecting the excitement that people were having about Cardano and the project. And look at the price today, an 86% correction, 18.5 cents. So if you missed out on the big bull run where Cardano went from 2 cents to $1.33, then there's now another big chance to get into it, but it could go down significantly more. Could go down to like the 12 to 14 cents that we saw just before it really spiked up. Okay, so there are just a ton of... And another one, EOS, Stellar. It seems to be the ones with the hugest amount of supply are the ones that are actually dropping so significantly. So, yeah, I mean, if you haven't gone down tremendously, then that is amazing. But, I've had people saying, in my mastermind group and in community forums everywhere, people are complaining and moaning, oh, I bought in January and now it's all come back and bit me on the arse. Yes, it's going to happen. That's what happens when you buy during the point where everybody is buying. It just demonstrates exactly the mentality you need to have. You need to get involved at this point. This is the point where things are dipping. It could dip lower, and really the wins are when you buy the closest you can before the bottom. Okay, if you hit the bottom, it's absolutely peachy perfect, but no one, and anybody who says that you can hit the bottom is lying to you. You never know where the bottom is, but the best thing you can do is buy as close to it as possible. So look, Tron, everybody's saying, can Tron come back? Can Tron come back? Tron, I've never had a lot of respect for. Even at the very beginning, I said that Tron was very much it's just a database for app developers, to put all their users on. It's like, so what? Really, the USP is Justin Sun, because he's a marketing genius, really. He qualified from the school of Superman, so I don't blame him. Anyway, so this is really tanked. So if you want to get into it, because it has got a cult following, it's got a bit of a cult following, a bit like Digibyte, a bit like Electronium. It's got this cult following where the following they kind of spread themselves across the cryptocurrency space, and they say Tron this, Tron that, and it's almost become a meme. And as a result, it could go up, and this could be just a good pump and dump coin. But I don't think this is a great long-term coin. But you can see here the devastating impact, of what has happened in the cryptocurrency market. So let's have a look. Is it all going to dust? No, of course it's not going to dust. This is ridiculous, right? The same thing was happening during the all-time high. Okay, so during the all-time high, people were saying, when is Bitcoin going to crash? It's going to happen. When is it going to happen? And it just kept going up and up and up. And people were saying, is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? And it just kept on going up and up and up. And people were saying, it's going to crash, it's going to crash. And then you have the inverse, where right now, where it is crashing and just keeps crashing. And people are saying, is it gone? Is it all over? Is cryptocurrency finished and gone for good? No, it's not. Don't worry, for goodness sake. These things come in waves. And now the sun's coming out. It's going to spoil my green screen effect. There we are, Marble Arch. Verge has had another massive, look at that. Verge is another great pump and dump. To be honest, it's probably got more legs than well, it has got more legs than Tron. I was in Verge. I sold out of my Verge. I had a massive position at 0.003. And you would have seen, what is with the erotic, is it because I'm Hugh Hefnering today? Don't know. Anyway, so so I sold my Verge, an all-time high, became pretty rich from it, I got to admit, but now I'm feeling the pain. There's people saying, oh, Superman, did you put it all into Tether? No, I didn't put any of it into Tether. I didn't put any of it into Tether, peeps. I have sold out some positions, yes, and put it into Bitcoin. However, I did not put it into Tether. So I'm feeling the pain just like you guys. And in hindsight, I should have gone into Tether, but I didn't. I don't really like the process. I don't really want to move my cryptocurrencies around too much. I don't want to lose any because I'm talking about big volumes. So I don't really want to lose any. But anyway, or athcoinindex.com. If you're really wanting to see how far something has fallen from its all-time high, check that out. So Mexico. So let's now have a look. Let's now have a look and see what's happening. So, you'll be familiar with this site. This site is basically the Bitcoin price movement over a year view. And I've got ye old moving averages on it. So it's the closing averages, okay? So I've explained this to you before, but just in case you've never seen it before, basically every day Bitcoin and every cryptocurrency has a closing price, and this is the average closing price over 50 days, over 100 days, and 200 days. And these are essentially the support lines. When the price is way above the 50-day, it means it's extremely bullish, in fact maybe overbought. And then once it starts coming down below the 50%, that's like, okay, a bit of a correction. Once it goes down below the 100-day, it's like, bit tough, bit more significant. And then once it goes under the 200-day, it's like, shit. This is a big correction. This is gonna burn people. This has burnt people. And if it goes below that, then that normally sends Bitcoin into a bit of a free fall. Okay, free fall where there is no support really. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plot ye old trend line around about here. Okay, so this is going to be a trend line that is showing the potential floor of Bitcoin, really, the potential floor. So looking at the bottom of the wicks, around about here, this is the potential floor. So I covered this the other day. Now, the potential floor, if worse comes to the worst, and we're going back to July, where, it was terrible, where the Bitcoin cash fork was coming, people were selling off their alts to buy Bitcoin to get that Bitcoin cash, which would have been a very good decision. That was probably one of the last more significant crashes. Then September happened with the whole China FUD. And then recently it corrected to about 6,000, maybe under 6,000. And now there's this floor here, which is around about 6,700, which is where I have said the potential floor is. Okay, so if we just plot that. Now there are two kind of floors. There's the wick floor, or there's the candlestick floor. Okay, the wick is where the price actually got to, but the candlestick is what people really generally use. And using that means we've hit the floor, which was around about 7,800, which was another potential I told you about on Friday. So this is the floor. 4K is not the floor, peeps. 4K is just that is just, if it hits 4K, then that is just absolutely ridiculous. Okay, it could happen, not saying it won't happen, but I don't think that is going to happen because I don't think that there's the length of time for it to reach that before April and before people start buying off. I think a lot of people have their kind of buy orders at about 6,500 and upwards. So I just don't see it happening. Don't see it hitting 4K. So sorry, peeps. I don't think that's going to happen. Anyway, in case you were really wanting some cheap-ass Bitcoin. So it's a really weird one at the moment because it's like, technical analysis is a weird one generally. Okay, it's not something that a lot of people really want to use. Sometimes it's because it's a case of not knowing what to use, or it's a case of how valid is it. So we'll use this as a. Actually, hold on. Let's put another one in. Let's put a more reflective one in. So here we are. So here's a trend line. Okay, so this would indicate a descending triangle. Okay, and a descending triangle normally means a bullish movement's going to come. So theoretically, what could happen is we could see Bitcoin go gradually down. I mean, I don't think it's... What's happening with this thing? Have I got the brush on? Yeah. So could see Bitcoin going... Hold on. Let me do that again. We could see Bitcoin going down. This is the worst thing about going live, peeps. Could see Bitcoin going down. Okay, down here. Well before April. Okay. Could see Bitcoin going down. And then what we could see is it kind of going up. Now, it could kind of zigzag around here and then go up. But I just don't think that's going to happen, because I don't think we're going to be waiting till May for it to go up. But we could see it hitting a floor and then going up. Okay, so it's in descending mode at the moment, which typically means that it's going to go up. So can I get rid of that? No, seems like I can't. Trying to get rid of this stupid... Oh, who cares? Okay, who cares? All right. However, what we've also got is this double top working against us as well. So this is a double top. Okay, so let me get another trend line. So a double top indicates bearish movement. All right. So we had this double top here. Back in February, we saw a slight recovery up to 12,000. Went down to this neckline. Went back up to about nearly 12,000 again, and now it's gone right down. So what we typically see is a massive bearish movement. There's these necklines all over the place, okay, all over the place, but it seems to be against the price going up. Okay, so really, what we have kind of seen here is just a series of dead cat bounces. Okay, so dead cat bounces is it goes down, it goes up, but then it goes down significantly, goes up, and then goes down significantly, and that we've just seen a number of those. And we could see that falling all the way down to, we could see it falling down to about 6,500. That, I think, is the worst case scenario, and that is where I think a lot of people are going to be setting their buy orders for. So I think that's just something to be prepared for, okay? Because when if Bitcoin should so happen to go down to 6,700, it's going to send the market cap plummeting to around anywhere between 250 to 280 billion dollar market cap, which we'll see, if you bought today, it could see. I'm not saying with any authority, but you could see the altcoins that you invest in today going down more. So the altcoin I wanted to tell you about today, I don't know if I'm going to do it after all. All right, but that's just because, I don't really want people to buy. People could buy and people could trade it, and that wouldn't be a bad thing. But I fear that most people won't feel brave enough to do that, and so will probably lose money in the process. And I'm not in the game for losing people money. I want to make people money. So I'm not sure I'm going to do that today. What do you guys think? Let me know. Let me know in the comments right now. Yes or no? Yes or no? I'd be interested to see what you guys think. Hi, don't know what you're, but hi Spain, basically. Bang, bang. No. Oh, there's quite a few. No. Yeah. Oh, God, there seems to be more yeses than nos. Shee. There's loads of yeses. Whoa. This is insanio. I don't know. I'll think about it. I mean, it could be something that kind of goes... Oh, somebody actually asked me the other day, what does shahi mean? Shahi is shit. But instead of saying shit, it sounds a lot nicer to say shahi. Another Mt. Gox sell-off going? Maybe. What the Mt. Gox trustee ultimately needs to do is they need to wait for there to be enough demand for Bitcoin to then send it down. Okay, so for instance, massive demand. You can sell into that demand and just get some amazing prices. Again, sell right into the demand. But the demand hasn't really poked its head since beginning of this month. So since the kind of third, we've just been seeing a gradual decline. Okay, we're seeing gradual decline generally in the interest levels of Bitcoin, which is very, very sad. I mean, right now, look, if we look at right now, looking at Google Trends, we just put in Bitcoin. It's 18 interest level, okay? 18. Okay, now back up here at 100, back in December, that was massive, okay? But 18, well, the last time it was 18 was October time when we were in this massive lull period. Okay, so the interest really is directly impacted by the price of Bitcoin. You know, this really, you know, it was at 29, so it had gone up a little bit just before it absolutely spiked. Okay, so we need to see a little bit of interest, and the interest comes in the institutions, it comes from the masses, and etc. and etc. So we need to see a little bit of an uptrend to see this going, because it tends to be completely in unison. But you've just got to, you know, you've kind of got two choices. You can tether it. Now, there are two types of tether. There's the tether. So Bitcoin has had 7.5 billion in volume. Ethereum 2.1. Tether 2.5. Okay. Now, Tether, the problem with Tether is there was recently a kind of Bitfinex hack, Bitfinex issue, and it was found that there wasn't the associated amount of US dollars to back up Tether. Now, there is a new one called TrueUSD, and this presumably does have the appropriate backing of US dollars, and this is kind of seen as the new Tether. So there are two tethers. So you can tether it. Where can you actually get this? So let's have a look in ye old Marketo. Bittrex. Ah, yes, Bittrex. Okay, so this is a good one for anybody who is on Bittrex, who still trades on Bittrex. I don't know who does that. But Tether is obviously on way more exchanges, so therefore it gets a hell of a lot more. Which way? Where's the shade coming from? I think it's that side. Gets a hell of a lot more traded in it. Let's have a looky. Look, market. Right, yes. So look, all the major ones, particularly Binance. Okay, and that's where it's got kind of the highest volume. So there we are. So you could tether it, and send it over to, or whatever. You could tether it and send it over to Kraken, and exchange that for euros, dollars, whatever, and just wait it out. Or you could just stay in the game and just wait it out as well. I'm doing that. That's personally what I'm doing, because frankly, I don't want to screw around with all the money, because I know that once the bulls come, it's going to be just happy days again. You know, you're going to forget about this dip. I mean, how many of us remember that prolonged period between, you know, beginning of September through to November? Not many of us, but you're feeling it now because you're right in it. So it's easier to be fearful. It's easier to, you know, think, right, let's just get out of this shit. Just do it. Why the hell not? Let's get out of it before, you know, it really significantly tanks. But, you know, you never know. You never know if there's going to be some form of bullish rally, and then all of a sudden it just goes right up. You know, I said on Friday, I think it's going to go down to 8,000. And sure enough, well, it did kind of go down, but then it went back up to 9,500. So it's just like, you just don't know. You don't know fully. So, you know, I am, you know, I'm a risk taker to an extent, but also I'm a safety player to another extent. I play the risk in the sense that I see something low and I'll sell it. So I see something low and then I'll buy it. All right. And that's what I tend to do. I tend to put more fiat in, or I see the Satoshi conversion, and I see that Bitcoin is remaining relatively strong while altcoins are absolutely sinking, and then I buy, and then I buy. And I take risks, with ICOs and all that kind of thing, but I don't take risks pulling out of big positions. And I've got very big positions, and I don't really want to take out, so I'd just rather keep it. Why the not? You know, at the end of the day, I'm happy with what I've got. I've got a hell of a lot of, You know, I've got more money than I'll ever need. So I don't need to screw around with it. I don't want to be in the position I was in when it all just went, you know. But I will tell you, I can tell you that I am really considering getting a Dash masternode, but everything's fallen. So it's not as if Dash has fallen while everything else has stayed up. You know, at the end of the day, this has fallen at around about the same, if not lesser rate than everything else. So it's almost like, well, if I sold something to buy Dash, a Dash masternode, well, in essence, I've not really profited than if I'd have bought it like 4 weeks ago. So it's an interesting one. Let's carry on talking, peeps, because I know that, you know, this is more of an interactive. This is like a, you know, it's like a Ask AMA kind of thing. Dare you to wear an Elvis suit next stream? I don't think so. Don't think so. Well, I've got like somebody bought me a couple of years ago an Elvis onesie. That's probably the closest I could get, but it's just not going to happen. Wendy's here. Wendy is here. 6k, my new bottom for buying back in. So there we are. So like I said, there are people that are waiting for a 6k Bitcoin, and you know, even the you know, the kind of the very, very kind of more prestigious, more reliable sources of information are seeing that Bitcoin looks set to test $6,000. So right now, what you could do is you could make, for every Bitcoin that you have, a potential 2,200 gain if you tethered it now. That's just, you know, best case scenario. Obviously, worst case scenario is that it goes up to 10k, and actually you end up losing 2k for every Bitcoin you buy back. So, you know, it's just it's a decision you have to make. I'm not going to make it for you. I'm just providing you with potential facts. But I'm sorry, potential scenarios. Because Bitcoin is remaining relatively strong. Since I've gotten up, it's been around about 8,100 to 8,300 kind of arena. It's not broken below it. However, the interest isn't there, the desire isn't there, the demand isn't there, and without all of those things, that means Bitcoin is very, very likely to drop rather than gain. And that's just a fact, I'm afraid. So Mexico, waking up to Superman Live. What a treat. Yes, Dalsim. Nice one. Like it. Patcoin under 6k good. To be honest, I don't think Patcoin under anything is good, to be frank. But, you know, that's just my own personal opinion, and I'm entitled to it. You know, there are a lot of people who are massively into Digibyte, Electronium. I hate both of them. So, you know, ultimately, you know, you don't have to like everything. People have their preferences. I like Steam. Many hate it. And to be absolutely brutally frank, Steam is tested $1, you know, $2 mark. It's gone under, I think, $2. So, I mean, there are just some significant sales, but I think the sales haven't ended. And something that I explained to you the other day is that when Bitcoin goes down and the market cap goes down, then altcoins go down at a faster rate than both. So, you know, so I don't think the time is now. The time isn't now. You're a champion. EOS credits and ethos soon to moon love Steam. Uzi, you are a man or woman after my own heart. Why do altcoins follow Bitcoin? Well, because Bitcoin is the main one. Okay, so, you know, people will buy into Bitcoin to buy into altcoins. If generally there is a bullish market, then altcoins and Bitcoin kind of go the same way. It's only when the market cap is kind of going sideways that you can see divergences. That's where you can see either Bitcoin dominating and altcoins falling, or altcoins going up and Bitcoin falling. That is where you tend to see the following, and that is just a general trend. All red, good to buy. There's never a problem with accumulating. You know, looking at Cardano, 18.7 cents. You know, some of these are kind of unmissable. And I remember back in September, I will never actually forget September, because it was a time when I made a call. I've been around in this game for ages now. It feels like I'm still so new. This is all still so brand new. But I've been around a while, and I remember back in July, not September, July. You know, it fell to absolutely rock bottom prices. And I said, I think a bigger fall is going to come in August. There was a big fall just before the 1st of August. So I said last week of July it's going to really tank. And it never tanked as low. So, you're never guaranteed to get in at the absolute bottom. It could be right now we're at the, we were just at the bottom. I don't know for sure. At the end of the day, technical analysis is only really as good as you want it to be. It shows patterns. It shows, the sentiment of the market. It shows movements. A lot of those movements are right. You can see a really good head and shoulders right here. Really good head and shoulders pattern. And what happened after the head and shoulders? Bang, bang. Went right down. So, technical analysis does work. But, if it tends to be really good if you're looking retrospectively. At the time, you can never be 100% guaranteed when something's going to happen. Smash up the likes, Prodigy. Smash up the likes, everyone, and crow your coins. Yeah. Famous words from the infamous Crypto Crow. I don't know where the geezer is at the moment. Bitcar thoughts. Haven't spoken about it since the interview. Interesting timing. So Bitcar is another potential tether option, okay, for the future. Okay, so if you are in the market and you're thinking, right, I don't want to move it to tether, I don't want to move it to USD or euros. I do want to keep it in the market. I do want to keep it so it's exchangeable at will. And I think that Bitcar could be really good for that in the future if you just buy Bitcar tokens that are put into. So for instance, right, if at this point you decided, right, it's gone down, but it's gone back up, but I have every confidence it's going to go back down again. If you put your money into Bitcar and put it into, which obviously wasn't around then or now, but it will be. If you put it into a card that appreciates, then whilst the market's going down, what you had at this point has gone up. It won't go up significantly, but it will but it won't go down, is basically the thing. Okay, and you don't need to have the backup of USD. So, it's a potential option. So that's what I like Bitcar for. Not necessarily, owning a piece of a Lambo or something. But, that's just my personal opinion. Thank you, Mayank. Appreciate that. Nexo thoughts? I looked at Nexo. I think Nexo is like crypto loans or something. Or microfinancing. It looked interesting. But, I am not 100% behind the kind of D-apps, really. Super, you are the man. Thank you, Marco. Michael E., thank you for your contribution. Every little helps. I'm feeling very poor at the moment. Oh, market, please come back up. But, never mind. Nay bother. When are you doing drinks? Don't know. Don't even know if Ian Bellina can afford to come to London now in April with everything that's happening. Maybe he might postpone it. Who knows? But anyway, drinks probably in April in London. If you're interested, then you can shake the hand of Superman. It's a bit like shaking the hand of God. Okay, so once you touch it, it's like, oh, I'm blessed. I'm gonna be a crypto genius now. Joke. Super's allowed to joke, am I right? Why be serious in these times of struggle? I've always found that times of struggle are the best times. These are the times when every cryptocurrency right now should be working towards a big announcement coming towards spring or April when, everything's going to be spiking. These guys need to be working. Likewise, you need to be working. You need to be, right, I want to get into a position in this coin because it solves this problem and it has, this market cap and I want to get into it. This is where you do the work. Now is the time to identify the opportunities because once they go, they're gone. Okay? Unless something like this happens again in a few more months' time. So, used to be the case that Bitcoin forks were what led to this, and now it just seems like the whales are massively heavily manipulating the market. Which is a good and bad thing at the end of the day. If you guys are following me on ye old... Oh, by the way, right, if you're not following the block and chain, there's this really funny video. Look, check this out. This is basically the sentiment of the market right now. You see the bears, and you're just like, fuck you! Coinergy, or TradingView, or CoinMarketCap, you just like smash the fuck out of that. It's fucking hilarious. It's so funny, it makes me laugh. Anyway, if you guys are following me on ye old Twitter, which you should be, to be fair, because it's always entertaining. You guys are following me on Twitter. One of the recent questions that I asked is, what do you think about regulation? And, this is very surprising. Very surprising. Do you want regulation in cryptocurrency? Yes for legitimacy, no, control is the enemy. And funnily enough, 57%, which is, quite a bit over half, want regulation. And it's funny, because in my personal opinion, and this is just personal opinion, peeps, at the end of the day, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I do think regulation is a bad thing, okay? The whole magic of cryptocurrency is the fact that the everyday person can just get on Coinbase, buy a bit of Bitcoin, send it over to an exchange, and buy an altcoin, right? And the thing is all you need is a bit of knowledge. That's why I did my cryptocurrency courses on Udemy. All you need is some knowledge. You need to kind of identify the buying times, like right now, and over the next couple of weeks, get things low, and then when the price is manipulated and goes up, then you make massive profits, And people are saying, oh, manipulation's a bad thing. Manipulation is why so many people have made so much money, have made millions, billions, is because of the lack of regulation. It's like, fuck you, centralized system, fuck you, government, all you people that like to regulate and control things for your own ends, you can't touch us. We're unregulated, we can do what we want. The everyman has control of their finances. And the moment you let in that regulation, people are saying legitimacy. People are saying, oh, you're not going to get the big money coming in. That's a load of bullshit. Because look at what happened in September. Big money came in, peeps. Big money came in because the mass market were interested. The big money comes in because of the fact people are talking about Bitcoin, people are talking about cryptocurrency. All of a sudden, people are like, what's this Bitcoin? What's this cryptocurrency? Look into it, see that people have gotten rich, and they're like, fuck it, I'm going to go into Bitcoin. And I'm going to buy some, and they can. All right? That's the mass market appeal. The mass market appeal is not in the big, large investors getting involved and ruining the volatility, getting in and essentially making prices stay pretty much the same, controlling the decentralized space. Once control comes into the decentralized space, that is when it's game over. That is when cryptocurrency becomes stock market 2.0. It's just like, right, here we are, we're investing in cryptocurrencies, but nothing really happens. The prices don't really go up. Yeah, the tech, that gets more money. There's more funds going into ICOs. And now, some people are saying, yeah, but what about the scam ICOs? What about scammers? What about wallets and all this kind of thing? I think that cryptocurrency needs a more robust infrastructure. I think that infrastructure needs to be developed. That's why we've got the likes of Ethos, why we've got the likes of Blockport and Nex. These are infrastructures that are going to give security, but also give the volatility as well. They're not going to control the market. Once you kind of get into this pattern where the centralized system has some say in what happens, that's when it's game over. Okay, that is when they control it for their own ends. That is when it becomes part of the centralized system. It may be decentralized in process, but it becomes a centralized entity because the control is back with the centralized system. So I personally am against it. That is my rationale. That's why I don't like it. I think that there should be greater controls, but I don't think regulation. There should be the infrastructure. We ourselves build the infrastructure. Substratum, who is building this decentralized internet. These are the infrastructures, not regulators coming in and saying, how can we regulate this so that we benefit and the everyday person doesn't? That's how, why Power Ledgers come out. Power Ledgers come out to take power away from monopolies, away from regulators, not regulators, but away from centralized entities that charge the earth for electricity and energy, and they've come in and say, you know what, you can get it cheaper through us. That summarizes cryptocurrency. And the moment you actually give your power back to the monopoly is the moment cryptocurrency loses its magic. So personally speaking, having been in this industry, I may not have been in this industry, since 2011, where people bought Bitcoin for cents, but I've been in this industry long enough to have seen when it was magical and to see now it becoming kind of infiltrated by idiots. So, I'm not saying that anybody who said yes is an idiot. I'm just saying there are more idiots in the game that are ruining what was magical back in, last May, last April, when I was around. And that is my 2 cents on the matter, peeps. Now you know the word of Superman. That is my opinion. Whether you agree with it or not, it's up to you, and doesn't really matter, but that's my opinion. You know, I don't want cryptocurrency, this beautiful, magical, wondrous thing, to all of a sudden be like the stock market, because the stock market is a humongous turn-off. Okay, 10%, 100% gains in over 10, 15 years. No, you want these gains over days or weeks, not years. Like, it's just going to be boring. When the mass market comes in, that's when you get the problems, and that's the problems we're seeing now, because the mass market come in with their brainwashed banking centralized sector mentality and say, yes, this needs as much regulation so that we feel safer. No, the volatility comes from the fact this is unregulated, this is underdeveloped, and we just need some more controls. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. That's my 2 cents. So there we are, Marble Arch. So is there anything more to talk about? Is there anything more? Any more for any more? So Bitcoin is still roughly the price it was when I first came live with this. So it's just to literally say that right now, you know, it's not a buying time. Okay, it's probably not a shilling time either, you know, for me to come online and say, oh, you know, there's this. I haven't even bought it myself. But this cryptocurrency is very new, under the radar massively. But there have been a lot of people saying to me, Superman, check this out. And I've looked at it and I'm like, shit, this is actually all right. So anyway, there we are, Marble Arch. There we are, Marble of the Archage. So, what are you guys liking? Let me know now in the comments. What are you guys loving? Because now the live chat shows in the retrospective. So if you're watching this back, you can see the live chat. So what are you liking? What's your coin? Not saying now. You're on early, Super. Yes, I was. And it's always a testing time because right now in the UK it's nearly 12:30 p.m. and coming up to the time when America largely wakes up, 1 to 2. And that is where you see some movements either way typically. Okay, because the big whales are in America. You know, that's just a fact. Superman for crypto president. Yes, Eric, you are right. Supo should control. So there should be a central entity. Me. No, joke. I love the fact that it's decentralized, peeps. You know, don't shoot me for it, but I love the fact that this is not governed. You know, if any of you have watched Banking on Bitcoin or whatever that show is, that movie is on Netflix. What you will see is when they introduced regulation, this bit license, for instance, the person that was at the head of the regulators that set this regulation, he then, once he got this regulation through about bit license, so cryptocurrencies need a bit license to operate as a cryptocurrency and sell and all that. Once he got that implemented, he then created his own private firm helping people get their bit license. So he profited from getting that regulation in. Is that what you want to happen? That's the question you got to ask yourself. Do you want to open yourself up for regulators to essentially take cryptocurrency, take control of it, and be able to, you know, decide what happens with it? Once you let one bit of regulation come in, then the rest will follow. This could be the end of cryptocurrency as we know it if we get regulation. A lot of people saying it's the beginning. I think it's probably the end. So that's my personal opinion. If it gets regulated heavily, then I will cash out and fuck off, to be honest. That's my personal opinion. Anyway, so what are you guys liking? Come on, let me know. Debitum, Zebi I really love. I think Zebi's a home run coin, in all honesty. I think it's just a here's right, so this is my Zebi bat and my cryptocurrency gains ball. Alright, so here's my gains ball. Throw it up in the air, get my Zebi bat, smash it. I'm gonna smash out the fucking ballpark. That is basically a home run coin. So Zebi, when it comes out, that's going to be a beauty. Anything else? Any others? Any more for any more? Smash up the likes, by the way, peeps. I'm not seeing enough likes smashed. Not good enough. Make an exclusive view of Hacken. I possibly will. So, you know, wait and see. I have done one on Hacken, so, you know, it has been put in front of the, you know, the eyes of many. Null's Nucleus Vision. Let's have a look at Nucleus Vision today. Nucleus Vision, I do think is a good one. I like Nucleus Vision. 3.3 cents now. 3.3 cents. God, I don't know why. Why can't they just update this shit? It really pisses me off. Apologies for the swearing. Can't help, Miss N. When you get a little bit excited, you do get a bit animated, don't you? Tron! Really? Aphelion. Aphelion coming out soon, I think. I haven't really kept up, but I have got quite a lot of Aphelion. About 400,000 Aphelion. Because that is like a Neo-based decentralized exchange. Another good one. Potential, Neo has endorsed DEX, but Aphelion came first. And they've got quite a good team, and I did a savage review of that. Co-vesting, QuantStamp, credits, Ethos, yes. All very good. A-Chain, yes. Bayan Network, Banyan Network. Nexus Earth, R-Block. I think that one, which you should definitely consider looking to accumulate, is R-Chain. Okay, R-Chain is going to be one of the infrastructure coins and it works with any blockchain, by the way. It works with Neo, works with Ethereum, it will work with EOS, it will work with Cardano, and it essentially enables concurrent smart contract execution. It's going to enable very, very good scalability, over 1 million transactions per second. So, in addition to whatever the blockchain's already performing. So, R-Chain could be an amazing one. Wait for that to be really accumulatable. I would love, personally, to get R-Chain under $1. Back down here. If it could go down to here, I'd be very happy. But I think people are going to hold because this is a great coin. So, so I think that's it. Bab. Theta. Lots of people really loving Theta. And I don't see the pain point of Theta. I know that it's meant to enable like really high quality live streaming, but I just don't really see the appeal. So my rule of thumb is that how useful would this be for me? Thinking about it, this is a user-based product. This isn't a blockchain or an infrastructure. I don't have to worry about that. That's for developers to create ecosystems. But when it comes to user-based like Steam, how useful is it to me? I find Steam incredibly useful, so I invest in it. Theta wouldn't be useful to me, so I'm not investing in it. But if somebody can persuade me, I'd be happy to look at it. Another one I want to look at, Axpire. I will look at this at some point, simply because the community are asking for it. I've not invested in it. And shit, that's taken a humongous bath. I think this is, 3 times less than it was at ICO, roughly. I don't know. At least half of what it was at ICO. Pundi X, a point of sale kind of payments app, I believe. And Pundi X, 67 cents. God damn. That has tanked like an A-team tank that's just been... No, forget it. Bad example. Vice token. Vice isn't out yet, is it? No, Vice isn't out. But I hear that Playboy are partnering with Vice. You will be able to pay for Playboy services. Like I'd use that. Anyway, you will be able to pay for Playboy services with the Vice token. So, there we are. It's good old Vice, They're showing their worth. Ah, yes. Let's have a look at Internet Node Token. This is... Oh, gosh, shit. Holy fucking... This is just ridiculous. I've taken a massive bath on this. So, Internet Node Token, which is going to be the IOTA of China, has taken a humongous bath. Now, this hasn't really been advertised so much to Western audiences, so it's a big reason why it has probably tanked quite a lot. This has gone down about this has lost about 3 times the value I bought it at. So yeah, that's not nice. Not nice. But then the people who bought much higher, that's even worse. But it'll be due a comeback. It'll be due a comeback. This is really rock bottom prices. Lending block? No, I don't get involved in lending cryptocurrencies. I'm sorry. But ones that have like lending, and I just don't like it. At least Debitum, you could tell that was for professional services. But, I'm not a fan of, anything that's got lending in it. Centra, any good? Yes. I've got a Centra card around here somewhere. I haven't used it because I got burnt by 10x. Somewhere around here I've got a 10x card. Centra card. Where is it? Don't know where it is, though. You shouldn't see what I can see in front of me. I mean, honestly, this desk is a fucking mess. But yeah, so, Centra's great. Let's have a look at Centra. I think this was $1.30 at ICO. So this is just over 3 times cheaper. That's pretty good. Well said, good video. Thank you, Federico. Why does DGD rise when everything falls? DGD, apparently, now I have not looked at this coin at all, but this is inversely correlated with Bitcoin, apparently. So as Bitcoin falls, this is almost like another option to tether. Okay, so people have noticed that particularly when there are significant drops in Bitcoin, not just your average drop, but like your 1,000 plus dollar drops in Bitcoin, that Digix DAO is actually inversely correlated with Bitcoin, so that when Bitcoin falls, Digix DAO actually grows. And as you can see here, a 29% growth. So, people who have kind of not tethered it and gone into Digix DAO are actually in massive profits, particularly if they've put huge amounts in. Now, 63 million is not a huge amount, so I can't imagine it's a competitor to Tether, and I think it's just simply because people don't want to take money out of a losing value cryptocurrency to put it into another, and they don't necessarily know Digix DAO. But a lot of whales I know have, or certainly some learned people, have said this is inversely correlated, and as you can see, it's kind of proving that today, so there we are. Yes, gold base. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, it's gold base. Yeah, so that's so it's because it replicates something of actual value in the real world, which is what Bitcoin is meant to do. It's meant to be the virtual gold. So here we are. There we are, my blush. Neurochain. Yeah, I'll probably bring it at one point. Superman, can you help us set up an ICO for an existing business? No, I am not available for that kind of thing. And I've got to admit that in the last 3 weeks, I have had this absolutely monstrous influx of ICOs contacting me and saying, Superman, look at our coin, look at our coin. And I just don't do that. As I've said, I don't do that. Singularity Net, I haven't looked at this. And to be quite frank, I can't literally keep up with everything. I wish I could. But, there's like nearly 1,600 cryptocurrencies, probably going to be 2,000 in about a few months. So, it's going to be almost impossible. Decentralized marketplace for artificial intelligence. Quite minimalistic. I like that. I like minimalistic. I don't like... Something I do not like is a fussy website. So I like minimalistic. So it's a decentralized marketplace based on artificial intelligence. Okay, so it's basically almost like a machine learning automated, supercomputer marketplace. So interesting. Be interesting to see how this works. So Singularity Net is a protocol specifically designed to solve what problems? Oh, these problems down here. Okay, right, okay. So what I personally really like is when they just explain it for the layman's term, so that when I come on board and look at a website, it's just like, yes, I get it. So, never mind. There we are, Marble Arch. Anyway, let's carry on looking. Anything else? Oh, yeah, Solpay. Yeah, Solpay's good. Yeah, I've got some Solpay. Storica. Right, smash up the likes, peeps. There's not enough likes. Come on. Why are you being so stingy with your likes? 611 likes, man. There's 2,000 people watching. Smash them! Smash them. I will join you. Like smashed. What's going on with this background? Why? I hate it when this green screen shows. It's so irritating. Any more for any more? Done smashing. What do you think of Switch.io Network? It's interesting. It's basically meant to be like a competitor to Nex, but Nex has the full backing of Neo and has a shitload of hype. So, if you're going to go into anything, go into Nex. What's the point? Smashes dislike. Right, okay. You're going, dickwad. Dick what? Beat... What? So many weirdos. Right, let's have a look. Have we got any sane people here? R-Block. I've not looked at R-Block. Thank you, Trader Day. I appreciate that. What do you think of Hive? Not a lot. I have done a what's it called before, and it was interesting. High performance blockchain. That's a good one. Let's have a look at high performance blockchain right now. Come on. Yo, whoa, look at that. 59 million market cap. Yes, son. This is awesome. Okay, I haven't actually gotten involved in high performance blockchain yet. I did buy and then sell. But I'm ready to take another position. This has gotten up to... Hold on. Let's get... market cap. Oh, right, yeah. Right, okay. So, market cap has reached 179. Okay, so I think that was on the come down, though. Come downs are never good. So it's lost about two-thirds of its value. So yeah, high performance blockchains are good. Yes. Whoever said high performance blockchain, very good. Privacy coins like Deep Onion. Privacy coins, I really like. I like Deep Onion has this enormous following now. I first spoke about Deep Onion a long time ago. I rated this as number 2 of the privacy coins. So I think that, God, I've got to go back now. I can't remember what was number 1. Verge was on it. Navcoin was on it. Deep Onion was on it. And Deep Onion was my number 2. And ever since then, when it was about 70 cents, it has just absolutely skyrocketed. So anybody who was in that, now there's a big community behind it. So, you know, I think privacy coins are going to have good utility. I think the only thing that's bad about privacy coins is that it is used for darknet stuff. Now, this is one of the problems with cryptocurrency generally, is that people are like, oh, cryptocurrency is for bad. It's for bad purposes. It's for drugs, child porn, paying for hitmen, all that kind of thing. And privacy coins allows that avenue to continue. So it's got good and bad reasons, but ultimately a lot of people have gone into privacy coins because it's a way of stopping, it's not held on a blockchain. So it's or if it is, it's masked. So how a lot of these, so it's not going to be easy for the taxman to say, right, let's have a look at your wallet. This is all fine and good, but this huge batch that you probably put into Dash or something like that is unaccounted for. So that's a big reason why people are into it. Ali El Hassan, give us a shout out. There's your shout out. Can you have a look at ShipChain? I've looked at ShipChain, and to be honest, VeChain's just gonna ruin them. So there's just no point. VeChain is going to be, I think, the kind of one-stop shop tracking service. So it's just no point in having anything on a blockchain if it competes with VeChain. Lala World. I've never looked at Lala World. Let's have a look. Let's have a look and see what the price is. I can have a look at the price at the moment. So 5 cents. Can't really get an idea of the market cap, but this has been 11 cents. So it's not really gone anywhere, has it? I mean, it's not really gone anywhere. So hi from Liverpool. Hey, Crypto Cruising. Liverpool. Good old Liverpool. Krypton Matron. The CEO of ShipChain is an alleged blackmailer and extortionist. Shahid. Well, sometimes I've never heard of Deeks. Sometimes if you look deeply enough behind backgrounds, you may be surprised in some of the backgrounds of cryptocurrencies you've invested in. Anyway. When Ethos. You know what? I want Ethos to not bring out their wallet. I don't want them to bring out their wallet yet. You know, it's a bad time. Do a WAN chain, Ethos. Do a WAN chain. You know, wait. Just say, it's coming, and just don't deliver it for a month. Just do a WAN chain, honestly. Because, you know, now's not the time. This is putting the product, which Ethos's entire value is based on. The product is going to be released into a time where people are just going to sell the crap out of it and bring it back to a price like this. You know, with the universal wallet, this should easily be a 2-figure coin, not a single-figure coin, particularly not this low. Don't know what Drop Hill is. Never heard of it. Any good marijuana coins out there? Probably. Who knows? Anyway, I think that's it, peeps. I think that is it. I is gonna go. What did you make of Charlie Lee's retweet today? Oh well, may as well have a look at this. Why the fuck not? Oh, by the way, if you were swayed by what I said, then vote no for regulation. All right, let's have a look and see Charlie of the Lee variety. Let's see what this geezer has to say. Today's going to be oh, that's not today, is it? Oh, no, he has done it. He has put it. Is that what you mean? This one. Today's going to be a good day. Ooh, if you don't recognise what that is, that's Today Was a Good Day by Ice Cube. That's bloody awesome. Just waking up in the morning, gotta thank God. Anyway, I got the key. Right, I'm not going to look at any more, because if I look at any more, then I'm just going to keep looking. And keep looking. And keep looking. So, yeah. So, there we are, my blanche. So, there we are. So, so this is a position, peeps. There we are. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope you enjoyed this little episode with the Superman. Let me have a look and make sure. Let's have a final like count. Am I going to be disappointed? I feel I am. Oh, 751 likes. That's better. That's better, peeps. You smash up the likes. You smash up these likes. These likes. Right. Okay, that's it, peeps. So, that's it. You know. What can you say? What can you say? Anyway, thanks for joining me, peeps. Thank you for being here for another episode of Savage Crash. You know what to do. You know what to do. So, stick around. Could be some good oppos. And you could be making yourself a very, very rich man come, you know, kind of April, May time. Baby, you're a rich man. Baby, you're a rich man. Baby, you're a rich man too. No problem, shockle anal. Sexually suggestive. Right. Eyes off, peeps. It is lights out, all out.